to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today we are watching Into the Starfield Episode 3, The Sound of Adventure, where they are talking about sound design and music, and have apparently also an interview with Inon Zur. I'm so sorry for butchering your name. Like, I'm truly sorry about that, because if you have ever heard the music of that man, it is fantastic. He has done tons of gaming music. Most of the Bethesda games are directly coming from him, and he has also done some other games. And again, fantastic music that man is creating. So I'm looking kind of forward to this, because I love music. I really enjoy the music in a lot of games. It's awesome to see how music has evolved from this electronic MIDI sound to like orchestrated music with singers and all that. Like, it's just fantastic. So I would say, without further ado, let's watch this live. And if you're wondering who am I talking to sometimes, I'm also streaming right now. So there's my chat, my community. And yeah, let's start this and let's watch this together. Let's go.
I always say that music is the fourth dimension.
There he is.
It is the emotional dimension.
The man,
And so
the legend.
in order to create this, you have to ask these questions. Where are you going? You know, what's your motivation? What is your story? What is really pushing us? This is what really
Science.
drove me more than anything else. These huge questions, they're as big as space.
Space. It's so hilarious that they're showing
Everything
all of
I've worked
this
on at this
without
studio,
having
the
showed
music started
anything of the game
very
yet.
early on, as early as the concept art for the game. From when I began here in 2005. At that time, Oblivion was already well underway. But as we
Damn.
went on to Fallout 3 after that, that was one of the first things I worked on music-wise, was the main theme. And that's always been the case, where the main theme sets the tone for everything else we do in the game. And there's time throughout the entire project for that to evolve.
That looks
That's
awesome.
true, and I remember like during the Fallout 4 visit, which was actually in 2012, I was wandering through the corridors, and I basically stumbled
Wow, that was
into
pretty
the
early.
artist's room. And it was the first time I actually saw them do what they're doing.
Damn, I love the
I was
artworks.
captivated. I was like, wow, I mean, this is really
My
what
thoughts
it
on
is all
Fallout
about.
4 aside.
And I felt so inspired and motivated,
That looks
basically,
awesome.
to go
Love
back
art.
and, you know, to do the same thing with the palette of music. The biggest challenge is actually creating the signature.
I relax a lot once we feel
Exactly.
good about the main thing, because the rest is going to, it'll be work and iteration, but it's going to write itself.
Have we actually heard the
The
main
way
theme?
I looked at Starfield always is what I called the sanctified
this one.
triplet, which is
Oh yeah, we have heard
everything
this.
is
Yeah.
streaming, right? Everything is changing and everything is returning back. Ta-da, ta-da, here's your development. And then ta-da, and back. So basically it presents itself, it develops, it goes back.
It had a very
Exactly, some
Bethesda
sort of like a
feeling to
circular,
it,
journey.
so to
You
speak.
go out, you adventure, discover, return.
Yes, there's always the strive to go back home. And that's, I mean, I guess that's what feels so complete for us, right? We want to complete the mission. We want to complete our journey. We will find something.
That's cute.
We will discover something.
Oh my god, I love the art.
We'll take it with us.
I'm actually getting
we
more
will
and
go
more
back
hyped about
home
this game.
with it. When we built the traditional orchestral
Like, just
sound
about the
palette,
possibilities
we
they have.
really divided the orchestral group. For example, took the woodwinds, okay? And we created like a whole woodwind layer that almost represents particle in space, because they don't play melodies at all. They play sort of like a high frequency sequence.
Yeah, I'm very
You know,
curious
like
to see
together.
what they can
So
actually
they almost
do
don't
with the
sound like
music in that
woodwind. They
game.
sound something between organic to synthetic, then the strings, they will play this long chords or long melodies and long crescendos and diminuendos. And these kind of things along the line with the fast-moving woodwinds will create a nice blanket around these waves.
Look, I had music teachings in grade school,
especially the French horns, playing,
and I barely understand what he is saying.
You know, the call of the brass.
Right. Yes,
Those
sounds amazing.
Well, a lot of
Love
times
it.
when you are looking at that whole main theme, I'm kind of salivating thinking about what can I do with that on the sound design side, you know, not just to weave the main theme into different key points in the game, leveling up, discovering new places. Could we use that as straight up sound design to take those woodwind tremolos and just,
Fun fact, there
let's
is a
slow them
rumor
way
that
down,
they
let's
are
reverse
apparently
them. I'll
working
take
on a
any of that music and
Starfield
turn it into
multiplayer part
ambience somewhere.
or online part.
The
Something
music
like
is
that.
like the companion. It's the companion to the player in the single-player game. We don't have control over how the player
It's a different
chooses
game,
to
by the way.
experience
It's not the
game.
same.
Our sense of scale had to be totally readjusted in making a game on a planetary surface as we've always done before, and now where you have these very vast distances against this black, starry background.
This looks amazing.
It is a blank canvas,
I love
massive
space.
playground, and all the pieces are there for you to write your own story. Whether you jump right in and you wish to follow the main quest, the main story, and go to the obvious one point leads to another, leads to another. The music has a funny way of playing the right chord change at the right time, and a lot of that just happens at random. You look over the valley at just the right moment, and that just happens to be when this one chord change happens, and there are times like that that feel scripted.
That's cool.
And they're not. And I like that each player
Oh
has
my
that
God.
experience for themselves personally.
I believe that the game is a whole experience, and music is part of the whole experience. I believe that the
Just
best
seeing the
music
artwork
in a game is a music that you don't hear.
Makes me happy.
Music that you feel. This is something that is bigger than us. I mean, so many people worked on this game. And so my wish is that specifically the music will be present in a way that is going to magnify the entire experience.
Damn, that's a big ship. Aw. That was good. Awesome. Well, I hope we are hearing soon about the game. Like it's kind of interesting on how they manage to already put some really interesting bits out there without having shown any of the game. I'm very cautious about that. I don't trust the hype ever. Too many too many decades of just being lead on or led on and then having a disaster. Right, Cyberpunk? Right. But like it seems like they're really going full out on the whole like space feeling, and if they can keep this up and they also manage to get their engine in order, right, Bethesda? Right. I mean, they said they completely reworked it and made some big changes, especially since Microsoft has been taking over, which is good. But still, yeah, like I'm a little bit cautious on the technical side of things. Like let's not kid ourselves. It will be a buggy experience when it comes out. It's Bethesda. Bethesda hasn't changed in decades. They always put gameplay and fun before like the technical side of things. I hope now that they have like a pretty good cash flow thanks to Microsoft, they can actually also take a look at the technical side of things a little bit longer. But all in all, they have always done this, right? So yeah, I'm just hoping they're figuring out the technical side of things, and then I'm curious to see the gameplay. But the music already sounds fantastic. I'm happy that Mr. Inon Zur is is back on the case, making some music together, and I'm really curious to see what they can do with music in space. Like what crazy sound design they're coming up with. Because as I said, there's some living things out there which are not playing an orchestra. They're not playing music, they're doing other things, and I'm very, very curious to see how that goes. But with that said, that was it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you were on your way out, I would appreciate if you leave a like. It would help me immensely. If you're new to the channel and you want to see gaming news, more reaction videos to Starfield and other big announcements and gaming trailers and whatnot, and you also want to get some tips and tricks, especially for new games, Lost Ark, there's a lot of Lost Ark here on my channel, also Warhammer 40k lore talk, you came to the right place, and I would appreciate if you might leave a subscription if you want to see more of me and the content I'm producing. If you ever want to catch me live, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 AM ET, which is 2 PM UK time and 3 PM Central European time, over at trovo.live/ChaosMole. You will also find a link in the video description. And if you want to stop by and say hi, I would also appreciate that. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.